Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I'm Noor Fazeera binti Ahmad Fuzi, postgraduate student at University Science Malaysia. I'm looking forward to talk with you today about congregating firefly population in Malaysia. Have you ever heard about firefly? The truth is, fireflies are not actually flies. They are beetles in the family Lampyridae. Firefly or Lampyridae belongs to the order Coleoptera, which is the largest order of insect. They live near the water, especially in mangrove, and congregate in muddy intertidal zones along the riverbed. Why GIS? GIS as a tool for decision making. It helps to establish the geographic positions of the firefly surrounding the mangrove swamp. GIS optimization strategies is using GIS approach, buffer zonal analysis to map. And buffer and zonal analysis able to preserve and conserve the habitats of fireflies. So fireflies can be found congregating near the mangrove trees such as Sonoraceaca solaris, which mentioned as pokok berembang. So the riparian area and interface between land and water becomes the habitat to a wide range of flora and fauna. Next, destructions of habitat lead to a changes of number in abundance of firefly. The research objective for these studies are to study the populations of fireflies in Malaysia. Many researchers want to describe the characteristics of the habitats, and lastly, to discuss the implementations of GIS approach in protecting the plant species utilized by fireflies. So preservations of firefly as an ecotourism activities need to enhance so that it can conserve. And however, the destructions of habitat will affect the distributions of fireflies. Some riparian flora commonly found are associated with fireflies. The usage of GIS approach such as zonal buffer IDW helps in reduce time consuming research. Therefore, conservation of fireflies and their habitat is a need before they become locally extinct. While conducting this research, this review undergoes 3 phases of methodology. First phase is systematic literature review. Second, in-depth review process. Third, eligibility of the screen articles. Next, while undergoes the Prisma flow diagram, first of all, we go through the science database to find the papers. Almost 3,000 papers are being able to search. But after undergoes the identification process, we are able to collect about 58 papers. And then after screening, we exclude 28 papers. After that, only left with 30 papers. And with reason, we exclude another 16. Therefore, it left to us 14. So the results are the distributions of fireflies in Malaysia. Kampung Diu, Kuala Sepetang, Perak. Sungai Ketih, Terengganu. They use zonations of firefly. And then Kampung Kuantan, Kuala Selangor. And also Selangor River. And then Malaysia. This research where they give the specific location with coordinate on distributions of the synchronous tenor. But this one is at about 10 years ago, like that. So they haven't updated the newest 3 study area, such as Perak, Terengganu, and Selangor. And then Sungai Teratak Sabah. This one they informing about the healthier display tree. Why the environmental parameters also, why for insect diversity favors the display tree. And then Sungai Bernam Selangor, Sungai Sepetang, Kampung Diu Perak again, Kampung Kuantan. This paper reveals about 3 study area altogether. Sungai Sepetang, Sungai Rembau, Sungai Cukai. It wants to identify the populations of insects community in riparian zones, but it's not specific on fireflies. It includes the flies also. But mostly they are being researched about fireflies. And then lastly, Miri Sarawak. It is the newest, among the newest studies in Malaysia. Okay, next, the result. Sungai Kertih, Terengganu. The GIS method used is buffer and zone. They were found at 170 fireflies on 27 plant species in these studies. And then 15 zones has been identified in Sabah. It is from Sipitang River to Semporna. It revolved all around Sabah and used zonal analysis. This one, the distinctive congregating firefly, as well as mangrove swamps, compose the habitat need to be preserved and conserved. So at Sabah also, in Malaysia, Theraptis species can be utilized as an umbrella species because of the abundance to protect the mangrove. But in Miri Sarawak, they carry out 3 sections sampling altogether, but it is a neighboring cities at Sungai Nia, Sungai Sibuti, and Sungai Raan. So display tree of fireflies in Miri were discovered to be different, a bit different from those in Peninsular Malaysia. Sonoratia cassularis is the most preferable tree for Pitana to congregate on. While in Miri, Pibeni mainly congregated on the 2 main mangrove species, R. apiculata and B. parviflora. Kampung Diu, Kuala Sepetang, Perak. So when using zonal analysis and buffer, they discovered 27 display sections were recorded, but only 20 were used for the experimental analysis of vegetation, assemblages, and fireflies percentage cover. This one to identify the vegetation assemblage. Perfect. Okay, as you can see in the picture, the male fireflies are attracting its female by emitting the light from its abdomen. They do not mate on the wing, but they use trees as the congregation site for mating. For a tree to be selected as a display tree, there are 5 factors influencing, which are the tree needs to be at the edge of water because it's easy to communicate. Each display tree leaf arrangements must be ideal for mating. If adult fireflies eat, the nectaries or sap must be available on the display tree. The display tree must be near to larva prey food plants and must be in healthy condition. In Kampung Kuantan, Kuala Selangor, these are the firefly monitoring site, about 7 sites. So at the 7 site, only a few has been computed. And the drop, as you can see, the drop in the adult firefly populations may have been related to low rainfall. It may be because environmental parameter also affecting the population numbers of fireflies. And a drop in count for the for October 26, 2006 was due to sharp increase of haze. It is also for the weather also affect in the environmental parameters also included. And then Rembau Linggi. As 2 years apart, they use buffer analysis. We can see the changes in numbers with display trees in the orange dot. It changes. Look at the cleared land. The black line show the cleared land. So it means that destructions of habitat. So in conclusion, the life cycles of the firefly is depending on the mangrove vegetation in this analysis. As a result, firefly need to be preserved since many plant species rely on their many life phases for shelter and nutrition. For prevalence and congregating firefly population can be intelligently used for ecotourism, which will benefit local people directly. Fireflies may be regarded as an umbrella species, so it can be utilized to preserve the entire mangrove environment because of its significance in tourism. So thank you for lending your ears. I shall say goodbye for now. Thank you.